Hey, gorgeous souls, it's Vix, and I wanted to pop in with some thoughts, some advice, some support, some love for you as we find ourselves in a very intense beginning of 2025. There's a lot going on politically and environmentally right now. And first of all, I just want to send you so much love. I hope that you're safe. If you need support, reach out to whoever can support you where you're living with what's going on. I just want to share like some of my tips and tricks. Feels very like, oh, here's some tips and tricks for dealing with the chaos of the modern world. But I just wanted to share with you some things that have helped me. And these may be things that can help you if you're feeling like you're just spinning out of control. You feel like life is spinning out of control. That's just my car turning off. So first of all, obviously we have to feel our feelings and we have to just be where we are, right? Like we just need to go, okay, this is happening. This is how I'm feeling. We need to really like honor that. I'm never somebody that's going to tell you to just think positive when like it feels like the world is burning down. But that's not to say that we should not think positive if that's helpful for you, right? So feel what you're feeling and give yourself permission to do that. Talk to people. Tips for talking to people online: be really discerning with like who you talk to online, because sometimes what can happen is like if a whole bunch of us who are going into the pits of despair get into a group chat together, then that can only kind of keep you stuck in that cycle of, okay, now I'm just in a pit of despair like for the rest of this year or like forever, right? And that's not always helpful. Sometimes you need to go to that place and you need to have those conversations and really talk about that stuff, but it can be helpful to kind of make sure that you're talking to the right people, and you obviously can trust yourself, trust your intuition, seek those people out to support you. One message that's been coming through for me really clearly is to stay focused on my own shit. That's really been the main message that I've been getting. Stay focused on your own shit. Yes, send prayers, send love, help people if you can, support people, donate money if you can, get out there and volunteer, do the things that you can do if you can do that. But there's a lot of things that are like out of our control. Like I'm here in Australia right now. I can't go and, like I would love to. If I was in LA or around LA, I'd be like down at some animal shelter, like trying to, I'd be doing something. I like to think I'd be doing something anyway, but here in Australia, it's like we're just watching, we can't do anything except for send love, send prayers, all of those kinds of things. But we can do what we can do, right? Like we can stay focused on our own shit. And what I mean by that is a lot of different things, really. First of all, don't lose sight of your purpose. Don't lose sight of your reason for being here and the things that you're here to do. Don't lose sight of who you're here to serve, who you're here to support, and whatever way that is. Whether it's through your art, through your spiritual business, through your activism, whatever work you do, it's all important, it's all needed. Don't lose sight of what you feel your purpose is. Keep working towards that. Keep showing up for that if you're able to. And if you're not able to, then give yourself a break. But if you can, then do. The other thing that's really helped me over the last few years, when I have looked at what is happening on this planet with the environment, with the way that we treat this earth and the way that we treat the beings of this earth, the animals, nature, all of this kind of stuff, what has really helped me is being able to make choices that are in alignment with what I feel is the best thing to do. So I stopped eating meat. When I found out like what meat is doing to this planet, not just what it's doing to the animals, but what it's doing to the environment, I stopped eating it. I stopped consuming it. I stopped shopping. I stopped buying so much shit that I didn't need. These are two things that have really helped me feel like okay, I can't change the whole world. I can't fix global warming all by myself, right? Like, I can't do that. None of us can do that, but we can do our part. And even though it feels very, very, very small, like we're doing such a small part by, well, because I'm vegan, that's not going to change the world, but it changes me and it changes my world, and it does make a difference, because there's so many people who I've spoken to over the last few years who have also cut down on their meat intake. And it's like, it's a ripple effect. When we do something to make a positive change for the planet, it does have a ripple effect, and it does, you know, one other person makes a change, and then another person makes a change because they make a change. The other thing that I have been learning more and more about recently is the environmental impact of AI, which is something that I had considered a little bit before in the past, but the more that I learn about how much energy it is using compared to what else we could be doing with that energy on this planet, the more I'm starting to anchor into a state, a mindset of like, you know, AI is just not environmentally friendly. So like, you know, I don't eat meat. I'm also not going to use AI. And there's so many other reasons to not use AI. I'm not saying the environmental impact is like the only reason, but you know, I've been a little bit like, well, I can see different sides of it and I don't want to pick sides, even though I don't think it's for me. But everything that's going on so far this year has just made me go, okay, I think I need to like boycott that industry as well. And the more people that talk about it, you know, the more of us that are like, wow, AI is actually destroying the planet. Interesting. You know, the more that we talk about these things, the better. So this became a very, very long video. I don't know how many of you are still listening and watching, but ultimately, feel your feelings, look after yourself, do your self-care. I know that can sound like a shitty thing to say when the world is on fire, but if we don't look after ourselves, we can't help. Like, we just, you know, we what can we do if we are just in a pit of despair? We can't help. We can't make a positive difference. We can't make positive change. Okay, I'd love to know your thoughts on this. Let me know if it's useful. I love you so much, and I hope you're okay wherever you are in the world. I'm just sending you so, so, so much love. Remember, we're not alone in this. We're all here together. And yeah, I love you so much. Lots of love.